Welcome to Coffee and Monsters. My name is Jeremy. Today I'm making Howie and Zip. Start with some aluminum foil to shape out my armature. Today I'm using some super sculpey polymer clay. Condition it in my pasta maker. And just begin layering the foil. Once I've got it layered and smoothed out, I'll select some eyeballs for this guy and just go ahead and position them and wrap a little clay around them to build up some eyelids. And carefully blend that in and smooth that out. And we'll add the top eyelids and do just the same. Now I'll take some glow-in-the-dark clay, roll out some little teeth, try on where his lip will go, and go ahead and add the teeth. Once I've blended them in at the base, I'll use the lip to sort of trap them in place. Let's give him a little smile. I'll carefully blend the lip in, smooth that up, add some texture. Now we'll shape out his legs. Once I've shaped them out and roughly positioned where they want to go, I'll add some details to them before I attach them. I'll attach them using some monster bones and some oven-baked clay adhesive. And carefully blend those in. Now it's time to add a tail. I'll poke a hole in the armature so I can have some space to feed down some of the wire for support. And I'll add some oven-baked clay adhesive and wrap the clay, and not really like what I've got going on here, and I'll just tear it all off and start again. Now that I'm happy with the tail, I'll add it back to him and blend a little extra in at the base to make sure there's a good connection. And add my stamp. Next, I'll take some glow-in-the-dark clay and make a couple spikes. Now I'll take a cap from a water bottle and begin wrapping it in some polymer clay. That way Howie has a water bowl. Don't want Howie to be thirsty. We'll even put a little nameplate on there for him. Next, I'm going to make Zip. I start with some glow-in-the-dark clay and make some tiny wings. Add a little black clay for the body. And I'll add some tiny glow-in-the-dark eyeballs as well. You can't really tell here, but I'm adding a little black clay for pupils in those eyes. Now I'll sand him down and dust him off really good. Now I've watered down some red. I'm just going to go around the eyes. Take a dry brush and sort of soften up the edges of that red. Now we'll get a coat on his lip. I'll do a little staining to the teeth and a little staining to the spikes. Took a little iridescent paint over the spikes to give them a little bit of a shimmer, and some black paint for the nails. I'm going to paint his water bowl silver, but silver shows up better over black, so I'll give it a coat of black first. Here I'm making some handles, so I'll be able to hold Howie while I put on the flocking. This is really useful so I can rotate him as I sprinkle the flocking over him. I'll start with some Mod Podge, and I do this in sections. I'll start with the most difficult area first, and then just break it up into larger sections. Careful to put a nice even coat of the Mod Podge. And just sprinkle all that flocking in place. And with that, Howie is extra fuzzy. We'll set him to the back to dry while I work on the water bowl. Got to add his name on there, of course. Hey, it's Zip. Let's give him a little bit of iridescence on the wings. Time to make Howie's tail. Just take a couple different colors of some wool felt. Blend them together, and I'll set them back there for a moment while we work on the base. Add a little Mod Podge and some grass flocking to the top. A little Elmer's glue in the tail hole that I made. And we're just going to shove the end of this carefully into there so that glue can hold that in place. Now add a little E6000 epoxy, spread it around, and get him attached to the base. Now it's time to mix up a little water. Use a little colored UV resin, some clear, mix that up and pour that into his bowl and cure it. And of course we got to add Zip to the edge of the bowl. I'll attach him with a little UV resin as well. And with that, Howie and Zip are all finished. As always, thanks for watching Coffee and Monsters. Hope you can make it back each week. Hit that like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.